should date it.
All right, quiet down, quiet down. Okay, so today is the 27th, right? So I'm going to label this 927. And what we're doing today is 45, 45, 90 triangles. Okay? So, right, a 45, 45, 90 triangle, what kind of triangle would that be? Would that be scalene, equilateral? What? Oh, yeah. Right, so it would be isosceles, right? Because you have 45 over here, 45 over here, and a right angle there. Okay? This would be an does anybody know how to spell isosceles?
Just put ISS, period. Just abbreviate. There we go.
Okay, isosceles, right? We can just shorten it. All right, so this is an isosceles triangle. So right, so if this bottom number is 5, what is this other leg? If this leg is 5, what is this leg? 5, right? Because isosceles triangles, the two legs are equal, right? Good, 5. Okay, so let's use this one as an example, and we're going to do this one with the Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so first step, right, is 5 squared, right, plus another 5 squared equals x squared. Okay? If we multiply that out, that's 25 plus 25 equals x squared. Okay? And then we have 50 is equal to x squared. And then how do we get x by itself? Take the square root of both sides. Good. So we take the square root of that and the square root of that. And is there a perfect square that goes into 50? 25, right? So we'd have the square root of 25 times the square root of what? 2. Good. Equals x. All right, so this one we can simplify. So we're going to simplify that down to 5, because the square root of 25 is 5. And this one we can't simplify, so it stays as root 2. And so we have 5 root 2 is equal to x. Now, the good thing about 45, 45, 90 right triangles is that this trick right here, this 5 root 2 times the leg, works every time. Okay, so for any 45, 45, 90 triangle, if this is x, this would also be x, right? And the length of the hypotenuse would be the leg, so x, times the square root of 2. Just like that.
It's kind of like a formula.
Right, so it's just like a formula. Okay, whatever number this is, it's going to be this number times root 2 to find the hypotenuse. Or, if we're given the hypotenuse, we divide root 2 to get the leg. Everybody,
Do an example right now.
everybody okay with that? Before we do an example real quick? Okay, so this first triangle I'm going to make, we're going to have the leg be 9. This one leg is 9. First of all, what's this other 9? Oh, that's the second time I've done that today. What's this other leg? 9. Okay, good. It's a good thing you weren't given the answer. All right, so what is x? The formula, right?
9 square root 2.
9 square root 2. Good.
That's it.
Equals 9 square root 2. Do we want to do another one just like that?
Yes.
Okay, let's try another one. So we got another 45, 45, 90 triangle. Okay? And let's say this is 83. What is the length of this one? 83. Good. Okay. And what is x?
83 square root 2. Yeah.
83 square root 2. Exactly.
Yes.
Okay?
Now
So,
we're going to do
very...
they're a little harder.
Right. Now, this very last one, now this time I'm going to give you the hypotenuse, and you got to figure out the legs. Okay? So first one we're going to do, triangle, right? We don't know this, But we know that this is, let's say, 6 root 2. So how do we find x? Now, why is it 6?
Because if we go to X,
Right,
we divide it
because
by
we divided this 6 root 2. We divided it by root 2 because 6 root 2 is the big one, right? And so then we can cancel out these 2's and we just get 6. Right. So Jaden, you had the right answer. I'm just pressing you. Okay? Very last one, I promise. Okay? So we got this triangle right here. Let's say this is 10. Okay? So how do we find x now? If the hypotenuse is 10, how do we find x?
divided by square root 2.
Divided by square root 2, right. So we'll take 10 divided by square root 2. Now, is this an okay way to keep our answer? No. So how do we get the square root out of the bottom? Right, multiplication. And so what do we multiply the top and bottom by? Square root of 2, good. So we've got square root 2 on the top and square root 2 on the bottom.
And guys, what's 2 times 2? 4. What's the square root of 4? 2. So the bottom's already solved. It's just
Right, so the bottom stays at 2, and then we've got 10 root 2 on the top. There's one more thing that we can simplify, and what does that simplify down to?
10 divided by 2. 5 square root 2.
Right, so our final answer is 5 square root 2.
So I don't know about you guys, but I found that a little bit confusing. So I think maybe some written steps
Written
would
steps?
be good.
Okay, so
Here's an example.
The x be, or like the legs, would it be 5 square root 2 or 5?
5
5 square root 2. Okay, so we're going to say,
These steps. If you haven't written anything else down, this is important to write down.
all right, so we're going to go, if we have a 45, 45, 90 triangle, 45. If we have a 45, 45, 90 triangle, okay, on one side I'm going to say, and we know the hypotenuse, right, which is the long side. No, the hypotenuse. It's kind of close. Okay, if we know the hypotenuse, what do we do to find the leg?
We don't multiply
Right.
by the square root of 2, we divide.
Divide, right.
Step
So,
1.
step 1, take hypotenuse and divide by the square root of 2. Okay?
Now remember, we had 10 square root 2 over 2. What was our second step? Multiply the square root 2 divided by 9.
Good. Then multiply top and bottom by square root of 2. And then our last bit here, number 3, is I'm just going to say simplify. Right? So that if we had the 10 over 2, right, we could just make that into 5. Okay? So, going to the other side of our paper. Oh, sorry. Hold on. And then if we go to the other side, so on the left it says, and we know the hypotenuse. And so on the right side, I'm going to put, and we know the legs. And we know the legs. Then what do we do? So what's the first step there?
What did we do?
What did we-
If the leg was 5, what did we do to find the hypotenuse? So we got 5 square root 2, right? So we
Right.
multiply by there we go.
Multiply
The leg.
by the leg by square root of 2. Okay? All good?
Now it's time for the fun part. So if you're done writing this down, get out your origami paper and your instructions. How much do we need for one person? How much does one person need? We only get one piece each and we'll give more in a minute. Okay, we ready?
All right, so the first step, we're going to start with the square with the white side facing up. Okay, now this is the white side for me. The other side is really bright. So white side facing up, and you're going to fold it in half. Okay, so now you see the colors on the outside, and you have this half folded piece of paper.
So take the colored piece of origami paper in front of you. Everybody should have it folded in half.
So we started with the colored side down, and then we folded it in half, so now the color's on the outside. All right? Now we're going to unfold it, and we're going to fold the outsides to the middle crease, right? Okay, see? So you've got my piece of paper here, and I'm going to fold this edge to the middle. Okay, and you're going to do that on the top and the bottom. Okay, and so you should have something like this when you're done. Okay, so this is one of the important parts here. Now you have this, you have a little, you can see a little bit of white right there. You're going to flip this over. Okay, so this side right here that opens up needs to be down. Needs to be down on the table. So see, there's no opening here. Opening. Okay, and we're going to take our bottom right corner, which is right here, okay, and you're going to fold it up into a, what's this shape again? Hold on. Let me fold it, and then you'll be able to see the shape here. So this is a four-sided shape.
What's the name of that shape?
What's the name of this shape right here? That's a trapezoid, right? Because we've got one set of parallel lines, and then these lines are not parallel. So there's a trapezoid. Yep. All right, so once we've done this step, we're going to take our bottom, or our top left corner, and we're going to fold it down. So right here, we're going to take the top left corner now, up here, and we're going to fold it down. And now it's a parallelogram. See how we have this little parallelogram?
You notice that's like a parallelogram or a rhombus. It's not a trapezoid, right? We're aware. Okay, two
All right,
more steps, guys.
two more steps. We're almost there. Okay, so now we take this corner up here, right up here, and we're going to fold it down to this corner right here, this corner. So we're going to go like this, and you're going to fold it down like that. Now I'll show it again. You ready? Went from upper right down to there. Okay. And then you're going to do the same thing with the bottom left, right? So this one down here, right here, you're going to fold it all the way up to here.
We will walk around and help, don't worry.
Okay? And so now you have a square. I can come around and help if you need help. But now you're going to make 5 more of those.
Listening? Are you guys listening?
Are you guys listening? So,
Mr. Bergman, can you show us what the finished product looks like?
where did mine go? Oh. Thank you. So
You need 6 total.
you need 6 total, and we're going to fold them together to make this box.
It works.
I'm excited.
That's my third one. This is the best looking one I've made today. With the help of Miss Murphy.
Okay?
The best looking box I've made all day.
It is.